Hi everyone. Hello. Hi. Hi guys. Welcome to yet another episode of Club.Live. How are you all doing? How's your weekend going? Hey. Hi Farha. Hi Ritu. Hi Ishita. Okay, so guys, today is a very relatable episode of Club.Live because we are going to be talking about something that all of us are facing. So, with the pandemic up our sleeves, we've had to make masks a regular routine in our lives and also include it as part of our outfits. And even though we succeeded, there are lots of times where we face issues such as not being able to wear our favorite lip gloss, or also things like getting mask acne, also known as maskne. So, we are going to get somebody who's going to tell us all about how to wear makeup under the mask and also how to avoid mask acne. So, I'm going to patch her in. And we're waiting for her to join us. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Naima.
How are you,
Guys, this
Radhika?
is Naima. She is
Hi,
also known
guys.
by Maliha on Instagram. You should totally go check her out.
Thank
And,
you, Radhika. How's
and
it
she's going
going?
to tell us all about. Why don't you tell us what you're going to tell us?
About maskne. I also want to tell you all that off screen, I'm the most no makeup person you will probably meet. And I think with everything that has happened over the past few months and all this content creation, I was like, the one thing that people actually want to see is this whole mask thing. And I don't know if you've seen, but I put up this IGTV about maskne because I was dealing with maskne. And when I heard about it, I was like, oh, this can't even be like a real thing. Is this a made up term? And when I actually went through it, and I went to a doormat and she was like, you have maskne, and I was like, oh my god, so it is a real thing. So I think first I'm going to start with just talking a little about makeup in terms of how and why I feel like it can be avoided under the mask as much as possible. Like if I think if you're just doing like a grocery run or just getting out for a bit, like you have to totally avoid makeup under the mask. Because somewhere I feel like because there's anywhere so much of you're wearing the mask and then you're putting on all this makeup and like double clogging your skin, and we'll get into details of cleansing as well. But definitely if like talking about going to an event and having to wear a mask, of course you will put on makeup for that. So I'm actually wearing no foundation, just a little bit of concealer because I was actually dealing with an absolute like bad sinus mess at the moment, and I just needed to look a little alive. So anyway, I'm just gonna quickly go ahead into the whole main thing under the mask is how to mask proof your lipstick, because that's the first thing that women want to put on there. Like forget foundation and stuff. I even think that it could totally be avoided, but definitely sticking to a matte foundation under a mask, very important. Or if you are one of those loves the dewy finish, which I think most of us do, I think you could definitely just put on some either a loose powder or a compact. So I'm not wearing any lipstick right now on purpose, so I'm just gonna go in with like a nude lip pencil. So the first thing that you need to know is wearing a lip pencil before applying your lipstick kind of makes your lipstick more last longing. So long lasting. I have this habit, guys. I don't know if you've seen my BTS. I end up saying last longing all the time. Literally, this is like a flaw. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in and put in start with my lip pencil. I have just put in a little bit of lip balm because winter lips, you need it absolutely. I'm just gonna go in with some lip pencil first, just to kind of line and I'm just gonna. Can you see Hindi too?
Alright.
Okay,
Don't worry about that.
pardon?
I'm gonna take up the questions, so don't worry about that.
Yes. Okay, so I have actually just used a nude lip pencil because I am going to be using a pink nude lipstick, which is Meher from MAC, one of my absolute favorites, highly recommended for women who love pink rosy lips. So let's go over. And usually, when you're doing lip liner and lipstick, you use like similar colors, if not the same. Or if you're, or if say you're wearing a red, your lip pencil should either be a red or a lighter shade and not darker than that because it'll completely take away your lipstick shade. So step one to making your lips lip mask proof is lip pencil fill in. This is creating a base for your lipstick to sit on. Okay, and I'm using this color, which is, it's not a fully matte color, but it's like a moisture matte which kind of dries up eventually and becomes a matte. Though I would ideally also recommend and suggest that you don't go in with like a gloss or a lip balm because it's not going to stay, no matter what you put on top of that. You should either just go in for the more matte colors that stay on. So lipstick, you can also use concealer instead of a lip pencil to kind of just create a base on your lip.
Right.
Okay, so
Can
this
you
is that.
um, lip liner you used and the brand and the shade?
So the lip liner that I used is from MAC. It's called Spice. It's a nude lip pencil. This is what it looks like. It's called Spice. It's one of my favorites. There's also another one which is called Soar. So I don't know if I have it here, but that is another one of my favorites. I think I just dropped something.
So for
Yeah.
who joined, I have
Pardon? I can't hear you.
for
What?
late. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, so for all those who joined in late, this is Naima. She's going
Hi
to be showing
guys.
how to mask makeup, and we're going to be talking about mask acne, which is also known as maskne.
Maskne, which I thought was a made up term till the
No,
doormat confirmed it. Okay, so I have done lip liner, and the reason I have used a lip liner is to create a base for my lipstick. And this is not just something I think you should do under a mask, it's a great way of having your lipstick last longer. So you should definitely do this before you apply your lipstick, especially when you're going in for like lunch and you want to stay and you don't eat up your lipstick like me. Definitely. Okay. So I have put in my lipstick and lip pencil. Now what I'm going to do is I'm taking a tissue, a regular tissue, and I have some loose powder here. Okay, just like basic loose powder. It could be any shade you like. And I'm just gonna take like double fold the tissue, loose powder. Okay. Now, you're going to probably wonder, I mean, like, see, A on one side, it has dabbed out the excess of lipstick. And here, the reason why I'm putting the powder even is because the loose powder over the tissue, you wouldn't directly put it because it would like make your lipstick shade lighter and all of that. The reason we use the tissue and put in the powder is because the residue, the powder, kind of dries out the excess and makes your lips more matte. So if you see, my lips are already feeling matte. And um, like I said, I do recommend using a matte lipstick. It would just be easier. This is one hack which is super mask proof, and you can also further if you want to further mattify it, you can even use a colored eyeshadow of the same color and dab it on, but then that's like completely making your lipstick look matte. So if you don't want it to look very very matte where it starts cracking by the end of it, you avoid that, and you just add some loose powder because I think that works perfectly. So this has been my go-to mask hack. And whereas blush and foundation is concerned, guys, don't wear makeup under the mask when it's not needed. When it's absolutely needed, go with the most minimalistic product because less is more. And that's always one hack and appreciated. Minimal makeup always looks great. Like this is, take it from me, it always looks great. You should just literally, I think, conceal and cover the areas that require the correcting. I've done an IGTV on spot concealing and why it is important to only conceal and correct the areas that require it. And then you kind of, spread the rest of the product around on the face instead of doing a layer of concealer and a layer of foundation, then a layer of powder. That's what cakes your base, you know. So this was my mask hack for lipstick. Where maskne is concerned, I have personally dealt with it, so I can tell you that two very important things about maskne and how to avoid it is see, you have to wear a mask as much as you are out, and there's no two ways about it. So I wouldn't say wear the mask less, but definitely the material of the mask is very important. I think stick to. I know that N95 is the mask to use, and that's actually not. The material isn't something that would bother you. It's super light and chill. Definitely a cotton mask, because just to kind of just keep it easy breezy. The minute you use, I was using a nylon mask for really long, and that's what kind of aggravated the maskne, because it was rubbing against my skin, causing the friction, and that's what created that whole thing. And another very important thing, if you are wearing makeup in general or makeup under a mask, double cleansing, very important. You don't realize that uh you think you've cleaned your face, but there's another layer actually that remains that you have to kind of eventually remove with like a cleanser or a face wash. And because of the remains of the makeup and your mask going on and a new fresh layer of makeup with everything rubbing against that mask, that friction is what is causing your maskne. Definitely pick the mask material wisely and make sure you're cleaning out that face of makeup before you put on your next round under a mask. Like, that's the only advice I'd give you for mask day. I'm not recommending any pills to you because I'm not a dermat. So I'm not doing that.
Okay, can we also know? So we have questions that people have asked, what is the best foundation to mask? Because a lot of times it does transfer onto the mask.
So I wouldn't say there's anything like a best foundation. I am recommending to you a drugstore personal favorite that I like, which is the Maybelline Fit Me, because it has a matte finish. And like I said, I recommend a matte foundation under your mask, because that's the only way you prevent it from sticking onto your mask. And then again, if you have oily skin, a matte foundation is recommended, and you can further mattify it by just adding some compact, say just maybe a little extra around the mouth area. So go with a matte foundation. I personally love the Maybelline Fit Me. It's an absolute affordable drugstore range, and one of my favorites. If I had to just wear foundation, two of my favorites are actually Bobbi Brown and the Maybelline one. The Bobbi Brown is again more high end, so that's something that I use, once in a while. But this Maybelline one is a good one to, if you're like an everyday person, sing to work and it stays on and all of that.
Okay. All right. And also, do you have any products for acne prone skin or any hacks to conceal those? So, the acne or the mask acne.
So, yeah, so I did a video on, it's called Spot Concealing on my IGTV. That was right after, it was actually during the time that I was going through maskne, and about how to hide marks through, whether it's caused through mask or just basic acne. It's you have to select the correct corrector. It's not some acne is not something that's just going to hide under concealer. You need to have the right shade of corrector. Ideally, for Indian skin and for acne or dark circles, I would recommend a red color, which is there's LA Girl Pro has a really nice one. It's actually an orange corrector, sorry, not the red one. That works brilliantly. And I filmed an entire video and I've used those two products in it. So you can definitely have a look and see how it's done. And more than anything, just remember that when you have acne, and it's just one of those really bad pimples that are even like really popping out and just out there, if you put too much product on it, it's going to stick out even more. Because it's protruding out of your face, it's very important to just kind of dab it out on the area and make sure you've blended it well. If you think adding more product on a pimple is going to completely hide it, it's not going to. You need to play it safe and see the amount of coverage you need, because the more product you put on it, you're dead. That's gonna show up even more.
Right. Also, would you recommend any setting spray for your makeup of like
Yeah,
before?
I love there are three that I love. One is the MAC Fix Plus, which is something that I use before and after because it kind of preps your face and sets it. Most of the setting sprays are usually like a two-in-one. I also love the one that NYX has. It's a really nice one that they have. And Smashbox also has, but the only thing is that that's a water primer. So that's usually something that I recommend to use before makeup to kind of prep the skin and hydrate it, especially if you are someone who has dry skin. But the Max Fix Plus is one of the best I have used because your makeup doesn't move. Like it just doesn't move. It's a brilliant product. It's also something that, I use to mix in eyeshadow before adding it on your lids because that's a great way to make your eyeshadow last longer. So these three are my favorites. You should definitely check it out.
Okay. And do you have products that you recommend for a blush while wearing a mask?
Oh, I actually really like this one that I'm recently using. It's from Bobbi Brown. This is the one that I've put now. It's actually a very dark color and I put very little. It's called Plum 5. It stays on. I also really recently have started using the K Beauty blush. The shade that I really like is Tickled Pink. That's also again something. Um, just remember that whatever you wear under a mask has to be matte. So even the blush that you're wearing, any blush will work as far as it's not a cream blush. It has to be a nice powder blush that stays longer. And of course, a good setting spray, and especially if you're going to like a wedding and doing like a full face of makeup, keep your makeup absolutely matte and use a setting spray before you put on your mask.
Okay. And any setting spray that you recommend? You already told us that.
Yeah, the Fix Plus, the MAC Fix Plus, the NYX one, and the Smashbox. But the Smashbox, not so much as a setting spray, but definitely a prepping spray to keep a primer is very important before you do your makeup to have a base ready to hold your makeup. So the Smashbox one is a brilliant one to use as a primer before you start your makeup. Let's see what questions. There were a couple.
And I have a few questions from what people put in today.
Yes,
So,
yes.
how accentuating your features? So, if you're wearing a mask and you do not plan on taking it off, what do you
Okay,
do?
so if you're wearing, I just recently posted a video on accentuating your features with makeup. It was actually more of why do people wear makeup? Because I have these messages that I get about people asking me that they want to wear makeup to look fair, and I'm like, no, no, yeah,
Mm,
that's not what you're doing. I'm not coming to make you look fair. I am literally coming to accentuate and highlight your already existing features, and that's what makeup does. Now, if you're wearing a mask to have it on for real, definitely play with the eyes because that's going to be visible. So go and do some crazy eye makeup. Definitely, depending on the theme, whether it's a wedding or what event you're going for, I would do a great eyeliner because I feel like that's the one thing that, the big wing when everything else is covered. Great eyes, a lot of color, smoky, could add some glitter. That's an amazing thing. And of course, I mean, you could definitely highlight your cheekbones with highlighter. My favorite highlighter in the world, which I never replaced ever and don't plan to, is the MAC Soft and Gentle. Like I have a bunch of highlighters lying. Pardon?
I can see it glow from here.
Yeah. Like I can see it. I don't know if you can see here. It's just one of my favorites. It's just, see, it's one of the best. Like, it can't
Yeah.
can't go wrong with that. I think I have a bunch of highlighters. I'm just a sucker for this one. I haven't been able to change it. So definitely highlight your cheekbones and do some crazy eyelashes. I have a rule for anyone who sits on my chair does not leave without false lashes. You don't have to get those really crazy ones that like touch the top of your eye, but you get different ranges, the supernatural looking ones. I think eyelashes are a must. The one product I wouldn't leave my house without ever is mascara.
Okay.
So it's one of my favorites. I feel like whether I don't put anything, I have to put mascara. You should always, always, in any look that you're doing, you could have done the best kind of eye makeup. And if you don't put mascara, it's pointless. So definitely accentuate your eyes and do some great highlighter going on, and I think that will really stand out through a mask.
Okay, let's take up a few questions. So, which highlighter was that? Can you also show us again?
It was the MAC Soft and Gentle. This is what it looks like. Brilliant. If someone's looking for a highlighter in the drugstore range, I really like the Maybelline Master Strobe. It's one of the best other highlighters that I've used, but this one's still, it's my OG favorite.
Great. Also, tell us a few remedies on how to get rid of
About
post
how to
how
get
to
rid of?
bumps once you.
I cracked up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so tell us a few tips on how to get rid of face bumps. So, how did you get rid of your face bumps?
like the maskne. I after the point, I did do a lot of green tea, this, that, and all. But then when I realized that it was not going away, when after doing all the regular things that you would do, I realized that it probably was, it could either be like a hormonal issue, or it had something to do with something gone off. And when I went to the doormat, she said that it was a medical issue in terms of maskne. Or sometimes when you're just eating too much oily food, you break out, and it wasn't one of those. So I had to medically treat it, but I'm obviously not recommending pills here because I'm no doormat. But definitely something that I have done over the years that has helped me is I mix soframycin. We all know what soframycin is. It's just one of those you get at the chemist. I usually mix soframycin in my moisturizer before I'm prepping like a bride's face. I feel like it works as a really good shield for acne, or sometimes when someone has really sensitive skin, or if they are not aware that they might be allergic to a certain product. I feel like it kind of prevents it. I'm not saying it's 100%, but it has worked. It works as a shield. And this is something I learned in makeup school almost years ago, and I've stuck to it, and it has worked. So usually when I also break out and I have this one pimple that can just go away after 2 3 days, I try to speed it up with some soframycin. And of course, acne has a lot to do with internal health as well, sleep cycle, which mine is pretty bad, but definitely good sleep cycle. Yeah, good sleep cycle is good skin.
Great. Let's take up a few more questions. Can you also tell us, okay, which highlighter? You already told us. Uh, Tell us a few more foundation products to use with your mask.
um, Again, I'm saying this matte foundation, Maybelline Fit Me, fabulous product. You could even try the I think it's the L'Oreal True Match. That's the one I recently got. It's not fully matte, but it's like a semi matte. And I feel like when you just like top it up with some compact, it'll give you the matte effect. Just the golden rule of the mask and foundation is a matte foundation and some compact to go with it, and setting spray. 100%. That's the only way you are not making it come out on your face.
Okay, and tell us a few products, best transfer proof lipsticks to use under a mask.
Oh, I recently started using from the Lakme 95 Matte Moist collection. Their lipsticks, fabulous under the mask. I even have a video of that actually. They're absolute transfer proof lipsticks. There's a new brand that I tried out called Zany Beauty. Like those lipsticks do not come off. Like I was like scrubbing my lips to like take it out. Like that's how good it is. Like that's the kind of shit you need to wear under a mask. I also love MAC. Their MAC lipsticks are really good. So they have like a range of like matte and the liquid, and definitely go for more liquid. If you like the liquid lipsticks, go for liquid mattes under your masks. The golden rule is just wear everything matte. So the Lakme has a great one in their 9 to 5. Do check it out. I'm trying out Zany Beauty. MAC has a great range. Or Nykaa also has their matte melt or matte finish something. It's like a liquid matte. Fabulous to wear under your mask.
Great. Okay. Also,
Foundation for dry skin, dewy, illuminating one. Um, for to create dewy skin that illuminates your face foundation, I love the Bobbi Brown liquid. You can also create your own illuminating foundation. If you just take out some foundation on your hand and use a strobe cream or one of those highlighting creams and kind of mix it in and just buff it on your face, we could definitely do a session two about this. Um, that will really help creating your own dewy liquid foundation into just mixing it with your foundation, and that's how you create. But the Bobbi Brown one is fabulous. I really, really like it.
In fact, just yesterday we posted a post on how to make your own liquid
Yeah,
illuminator.
yeah. So guys, you should go check that out. That definitely is something
Yeah.
that it works brilliantly.
Okay. And also, how would you prime your lips? Tell us again.
So, definitely lip balm to start with. That's a must have before you apply anything else.
Or a
Yeah,
lip.
Vaseline, universal, works for everybody. Vaseline is a really, really good lip balm to have, and I'm sure everyone is aware of this. So before you start priming your lips, you have to put in Vaseline and let it be for a while. Let your lips kind of moisturize. I really like the Smashbox primer. So there's a primer. It's actually for like it's more of a face primer, but I just take out a little bit into my Vaseline and add it. MAC has a great one. Also, a very good way to, after you have primed your lips and prepped it with moisturizer, obviously, because otherwise your lip skin will crack up. You can use a concealer before your lip pencil even. It works as a great base to hold your lipstick, and definitely something, like I said before, you could do under a mask. But that's only after you have moisturize your lips well with Vaseline, because then you'll notice that there are cracks in it and we don't want that.
Okay, fantastic. So, guys, that was Naima. She answered and she gave us tips on how to wear makeup under the mask. She also told us how to avoid mask acne. Also,
And if you can't after a while, if it just gets out of hand, go to a doormat.
yeah.
Like that's what I did. After weeks of battling it, I was like, no, like it's not going away. So there must be something. And that's when. But definitely do check out. I have a video on spot concealing and maskne, on what is maskne. It's an IGTV where I have spoken about my experience of maskne, how I treated it, and what you should do besides before I medically treated it. About the things that you should do to avoid maskne. You should definitely check that out. And I have a couple of reels on how to like exactly the steps that I did here about making your lipstick last longer under a mask. So
Right.
yeah.
Fantastic. So, guys, go follow Naima at Makeup and Hair by Maliha. And for more sessions and more fun masterclasses, check out the link in our bio. And it was lovely having you here with us
Thank
today.
you for having me, Radhika. I was really, really happy to be here. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the session. And if you have any questions, DM us, DM Naima. And we're
Yes,
happy to answer
yes,
you.
please DM me. I'm very happy to answer.
Great. Lovely.
Thank you. See you.
Thanks,
Bye
Naima.
bye.